me and Matt.
Kyle.
And it's that time again. NXT. Halloween Havoc.
I'm Matt. This is Kyle. And welcome to...
Hey, me and Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. And welcome to another episode. An interesting episode. Wheels of Fury. I hope this works. Just the first time using the green screen. Spoilers. Anyways, we'll see.
Yeah.
NXT Halloween Havoc.
Yes. NXT seemingly now annual Halloween tradition, you could call it that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, over the last about 4 years,
Right.
around Halloween, they've been doing Halloween Havoc. The first one, I believe, was 2019.
Yeah,
It was in October.
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was October. And I think that there's 2 nights. It would have been cool if it was a premium live event, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what's going on for night 2.
Right.
Like, I know there's at least 2 that I could see. So,
Right.
I mean, yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah. I think, too, because Halloween is on a Tuesday this year,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it makes sense to have it on your regular TV
Yes.
program instead of a... Like, if it was, you know, if Halloween was on a Sunday, let's say, or a Saturday, then you could make it a, you know, premium live event, but
Right.
because Halloween's a Tuesday, makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. And, you know, it'll be a spectacular, I mean, we'll talk about it, but it'll be a spectacular night.
As always.
So, let's get to it. The first match, we've got the family versus
You. Yeah.
In watching NXT this past week, I had no idea that Thea Hale was still a part of it. Yeah, we saw her actually with JC Jade, and it was like, I thought she wasn't in there no more. But, yeah, apparently they're still cheerleading, so...
Well, they did that this week, like, you know, after the loss to Stratton at Great American Bash, Thea Hale was kind of, you know, upset and down in the dumps and down on her luck and whatever, and then, you know, JC and Thea had a match against each other, and, you know, after the match, JC was like, you know, you're not the same girl I first had a match with. When you first came in, you're a completely different person. And then they had these vignettes of, like, you know, JC taking Thea out to, you know, buy clothes and, you know, doing this and doing that and, you know, being more of a, you know, mature woman instead of this, you know, caffeine-driven spark plug of Chase University. And then, you know, they had the whole thing where Andre Chase threw in the towel, and, you know, that really upset Thea.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, Thea hasn't really full on, flat out quit
No,
Chase University.
no, and I think that's the thing that I was interested about this Tuesday
Right.
was the fact that I have no idea what was going on. It almost, once again, looked like an after-school special.
Meh.
But, yeah, she did the whole thing where they had the segment where they tried on new clothes,
Yeah.
and then she's wearing new clothes, and then Tuesday I see them with the pom-poms, and they're cheering on Chase U, like, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened there, but that's fine.
Yeah.
As far as this match goes, I really enjoy what the family's doing.
Yeah.
Do I think that Chase and Duke have a chance at the titles? Yeah. But I don't see it happening now. I want to see it on a premium live event,
Right.
but not in HAVOC.
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually probably Duke and Chase will end up with the tag titles, possibly.
Yeah.
For right now, I can see the family retained.
Awesome.
This rivalry has become quite heated over the last few weeks. Like, you know, the last match they had against each other, there was some shenanigans involved. So, this time, for Halloween Havoc, we're going to have Gigi Dolan versus Blair Davenport in a lights out match.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, this is going to be fun. I mean, a lot of these matches are going to be fun.
Yeah.
But I don't understand is why they did the spin the wheel, make a deal this past Tuesday, and then rather than wait till Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they did it so early either.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure, and I'm kind of... I mean, a lights out match, that'll be fun. I know that we've talked a lot about how the Triple H era has gotten better,
Yeah.
and they're trying new things, and it's really cool. So, this match is going to be awesome for sure.
Like, they did a lights out match with Tiffany Stratton and Wendy Chu, but it was like, okay, you're in the dark. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Hopefully, they learn from that and will do something completely different.
Yeah, I can't remember. What the hell is the lights out match?
Well, I mean, AEW has done a few of them.
Okay, yes, that's right. Yeah.
It's essentially like a no disqualification match.
Right.
I don't remember if there's a rule as of like, you know, win by knockout or, I think it's knockout or pinfall or submission or whatever the case would be.
Yeah.
Because I'm quite sure there's no disqualification. There's probably no count out.
Honestly, I want to see Blair Davenport go over.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to take away from Gigi Dolan. I just think that Blair has been on a tear. Like that rhymes.
Yes.
But I like to see this happen. I think that she could go places, and let's say Becky doesn't win this match that we'll eventually talk about here. I could see her go for the title.
Yeah, potentially.
And then last match for, well, two actually, the breakout, and we have Kalani Jordan versus Ariana Grace.
Yes, now, Kalani Jordan was teaming with Dana Brooke before they let her go.
Yeah.
So, now it's like, alright. It's almost like they're starting Kalani from square one, but not really. Like, okay, have her in this breakout tournament, show more of her skills, show more of what she's capable of, and then, in the future we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And one of the things too that I guess look at is, the last matches on Tuesday were really good.
Yeah.
This breakout tournament has been impressive.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, you had a good thing going with Dana Brooke, and then all of a sudden, shit just happened, and we start from scratch, and it's going to be an interesting match. I can't necessarily pick a winner at this point, but I think it's going to be awesome.
Oh yeah, sure, it's definitely going to be awesome. And on the other side of things, we have Harmon Petrovic versus Lola Vice.
Yes. And I will say that Lola Vice has been impressive. It's kind of like one of those things where, and I like the fact that they've got personality.
Yes.
You definitely have, I can't remember which one it is, but she has the whole Miss America.
I believe that's Ariana Grace.
Oh yeah.
Because Lola Vice, she's with, the fuck is her name? She was...
Oh yeah, with, yeah, I know what you mean.
The girl that was in the God of Stuff Like That as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that, once again, this is going to be a good match. I don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a wait and see. This match is going to be awesome. And I can't remember what it is, but it's another spin the wheel, make a deal.
Yes.
Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James.
Well, it's going to be a Devil's Playground match. I don't necessarily know if that means, like, a steel cage with weapons, or, like, have, like, poles set up around the ring with, like, chains going across and weapons set up, like, weapons zip tied or whatever to the ropes, or we'll find out come Halloween Havoc, but yeah, that's gotta be good.
Oh god, that's gonna be fun. Honestly, Roxy's been on a tear as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, nothing to take away from Kiana James, but I just see Roxy go over.
Yeah,
That's
I can
just-
see Roxanne going over too.
That's the thing. She did very well on Great American Bash.
Yes.
So, keep the momentum going. I'm sure Kiana will beat her at some point.
Meh.
Although, I think that Roxanne Perez for the win.
For shizzle.
Yeah, for Shizzle Manizo.
Next we have, oh god, this is gonna be, I can see this being a one-sided ass whooping. Yeah, the backstage interview with Braun Breaker, and he's talking about the whole thing with The Undertaker at last week's episode of NXT, and whatever, and then they have Mr. Stone come in, and he's like, you're gonna pay for what you did to Vaughn, and he's gonna come back and kick your ass, and he's 100%. And Breaker's like, oh, you seem really mad about it. Why don't you do something? It's like, so Mr. Stone's like, all right, you, me, Halloween Havoc. Of course, he was heated in the moment. I was like, okay, that's gonna be interesting. And now we all know the man could fucking wrestle.
Yeah.
He wrestled in Impact as Robbie E.
Yep.
So I mean, he's not exactly. He's not. It's not like he's not well versed in wrestling, but like, we'll see how this match goes.
Yeah, I don't know if he got injured at some point on his Impact run, but coming in as Von Wagner's manager,
Yeah.
it's like very awesome to see. Like, it's like one of those things where I think that's kind of what was missing in WWE besides Paul Heyman.
Right.
So, yeah, I think now if they're gonna do the same thing that they did with Pierce, yeah, that guy, Slapnuts, I can't think of his first name. Yeah. Anyways, so if they're gonna do that with him, they put him in the ring, and he couldn't wrestle. But then I think Roman helped him out. But
Oh, okay, whatever.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting nonetheless. You know what? Braun's gonna win.
Most likely.
It's unfortunate, but hell, that's the way it is. Unless, you know, Von Wagner comes out and interferes.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, it's probably going to be a one-sided ass whooping on the part of Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say, but I have a feeling that's the way it's going to go.
It's going to be awesome as well, because we have the two Irish lasses.
Diddly-dee potatoes.
NXT title. We've got Becky Lynch versus Layla Valkyrie.
Lyra
Valkyrie.
Foul!
And I don't know why, but for some reason when I first saw her, I thought she was Scandinavian.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
But no, they're
No.
both from Ireland.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, it's the, I was gonna be the first Irish-born women's champion, and then you pulled the rug out from under me
Yeah.
type thing. But I think the thing is, I don't even know how old Lyrie is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But I thought they were really cool, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to be a very good match. I could see Lyra go over. I know.
You too? Yeah.
I could see Lyra go over. But at the same time, it's like, if Becky wins, then who's going to beat her for the title?
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know what? It's going to be another toss-up. I don't fucking know.
I mean, in my opinion, it's one of those things where it's like, is Lyra ready to be a champion? Maybe. But I think to really build up the women's division a little bit more, and like really showcase the women's division, keep the belt on Becky.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, it's the first time she's had the NXT Women's title, so,
Yeah.
I mean, if they could give the title to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, then why not Becky? I mean, that's just an opinion. And then you could have Lyra turn heel. That'll give those two a reason to have a rematch.
Yeah, you can
If
say
that
that.
makes any sense, but
Like, you know, after Lyra got the win over her, she got on the mic. Yeah. She took on Tegan Knox.
yes.
And you had Natalia ringside, and you had Chelsea Green and Piper Niven come out, and Lyra got the win, and, you know, Natalia and Tegan and Piper and Chelsea Green are brawling up the aisleway, and Lyra is on the mic, and she's like, you know, you came down to the school where you first trained, and you returned home, and you saw me, and you said you saw a lot of potential in me, and that lit a fire under me, and I admire you, I respect you, but by any means necessary, I'm going to take that title from you. And then up on the big screen, you know, Becky's like, you know, You're trying to take away my livelihood. You're trying to take away the only thing that means much to me is my family. You know, my daughter's future, you know. I want her to be proud of me, and as much as you respect me and we're friends and all that, you gotta hate me. You gotta have that fuel and do whatever it takes to take this title from me. And I was like, that's actually a pretty good way of building up this match. Then, of course, right at the end of the show, there's a picture of Becky and Lyra on, I would assume was Lyra's locker, and, you know, she's like, she takes the picture off, and she's like, come Sunday, I'm taking the title from you. Rips the picture in half, and there's a monitor, TV or whatever, and where she is, and up on an image on the screen comes up, and Jade Cargill, and she goes, like, it's only a matter of time. Could we see her debut, you could say? Halloween Havoc?
Well, I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, look, she came on to Monday Night Raw, she came on to SmackDown, and then she briefly showed up on the screen at NXT. So
they had her showing up to the arena and, you know, meeting up with Triple H in the parking lot at Fastlane.
Yeah.
In Indy.
Oh, that's true as well, yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, do we want to see her in NXT? That's kind of where people go. I mean, we saw that with LA Knight. We saw that with Trevor Lee, aka Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
We saw that with DIY. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not going to hurt her career. It's
no.
going to, if anything, elevate it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. I don't know what her nickname's gonna be. I don't know, like, that's kind of it's gonna be interesting to see how she's packaged, although she looks the same as she did when she was in AEW,
right.
So.
I think what it's gonna be is, you know, instead of I'm that bitch, maybe I'm that girl, I'm that woman, you know, still keep the same...
I'm that woman, that makes more sense.
Yeah, keep the same catchphrase, if you will, just instead of bitch, use, you know, a more TV-friendly...
Yeah, cut the crap, Jackie.
Yeah, TV-friendly WWE version of that catchphrase. The main event for the NXT Championship. Once again, I have Ilya Dragunov as the champion defending against the challenger. Not very often you hear that terminology being used. Him, Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. How many times do we have to have a rematch with those two? You had a fatal four-way match. You had Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Dijak, and Baron Corbin to pick Carmelo Hayes?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand it. Seriously, you had two other guys that could go against Ilya. Like, Ilya Dragunov is a face. Carmelo Hayes is a face. You had Baron Corbin and Dijak. But this better be the last match, I fucking swear.
Right.
You know what? I really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say Dragunov.
Yeah, I have a feeling Dragunov's gonna retain myself.
Like, fuck it. I don't know. I thought, honestly, that Carmelo Hayes was going to show up on Raw and join the Hurt Business, but for some dumb fuck reason, we're still with him in NXT. Why couldn't Trick Williams go against the NXT Championship? But I guess tricks are for kids, so we're going to have another match with Carmelo Hayes. I mean, Baron Corbin just came back. For what? But I've always loved Bizarre, so I mean, you're not dragging off for sure.
Right. Now, one thing that I think is also worth talking about here is on Halloween Havoc, you're going to have the in-ring debut of Brian Pillman Jr.
Yes.
Only he's now under the name Lexus King.
Yeah, it was interesting when he cut the one promo. He said something about being raised by somebody, so he's going to take his name and call himself King. So it is Lexus King.
Well, no, he said, when he was a kid, he would always have people come up to him and say, "Oh, I loved your father was great, your father was a hell of a man, and, really fun to be around," and all this other stuff, and he was like, I lied to my kids, so yeah, I loved them too. But at 4 years old, I never really knew what love was. He spent more time in a hotel room than in our home. And I'm not going to be in anybody's shadow. I'm going to carve my own path and be my own man, and my name is going to be Lexus King.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I mean, Brian Pillman's story, if you have watched the DVD,
yes,
that was put out years ago,
right.
And even back then, finding out when he died and how old he was, it was just fucking sad.
I know.
So, I mean, know that Brian Pillman Jr. has done very good work in AEW. So, we'll see what happens. I don't think they're going to screw anything up with him.
No.
I mean, at least I hope they give him a name, treat him much better than they did his dad.
I have a feeling they probably will. One thing I noticed, though, that I found kind of rather interesting is, for the duration of his tenure in AEW, he had a beard and he had the mullet. Very reminiscent of Brian Pillman's time in WCW, early on, before the Hollywood Blondes.
Yes.
And then watching that promo that he did, and he's still got a beard, but the mustache wasn't attached to the front of the beard, and his hair was longer and lighter, and it's okay, so they went from the WCW version of Brian Pillman to the loose cannon version.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see a much cleaner Brian Pillman. A much cleaner version of that.
Right.
But, I mean, when his dad was on, he was on.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, he was under the influence, but he was on.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be fun.
For sure.
But, this is going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure what they have in store for night 2.
Right.
So, in any case, this is me and Matt, Killer Kyle. Beware.
Take care.
Because the freaks come out at night.